I believe that we live only to the edges of our wounds. And this came to me, and I'm sure it was a God thing a couple weeks ago, that the idea of God wanting us to be freed and to expand our boundaries. Um, he respectfully knocks and asks permission to work on our lives, right? He's not going to make us deal with our wounds, but our lives might be mighty small if we don't work on them. And the thing that is always amazing to me is that in God's economy, like what I would consider my biggest failures, my biggest shortcomings, my biggest weaknesses are like superpowers in his economy. And so he heals us so that, and it passes through us to other people. So I like to say that God's miracles get a lot of mileage, right? His healing is never just for us. It always should flow through us to others. So things are going to get changed on your journeys. Things are going to get lost and broken. There's just no way around that, I don't think. Part of the reason my book is titled Gone for Good, Lessons from a Midlife Exodus, is that there were things that were gone for good. There are things that I lost that were not going to come back. There were ways of thinking. There were feelings that I was both more powerful and less powerful. There's a piece that I write about of God taking me out of the savior business. I use that tongue in cheek, but feeling like I was so responsible for fixing and carrying everything. And God all along is like, hey, how's that working for you? And I'm like, my back's killing me, man. He's like, how about you give up your crown? And we don't do this anymore. So that was decades of that kind of codependent, like I'll function for you, I'll overfunction for you. There were relationships that couldn't make it. There were friendships that broke. There were belief systems that could not be meshed back together again. But also, what has gone for good is my terrible boundaries. Like those got shored up in a great way, right? My understanding of what's my job and what's your job and what's God's job, like that's a whole lot clearer. What he might have me do with all of this stuff that I've learned on my journey, all of that's been a lot clearer. So you cannot leave home and stay the same. And I know it might be tempting to stay home because you don't want to change anything. But life is going to change whether you're in it or not, right? Our kids grow up. They don't need us like they used to. Jobs change, people die, all of these things happen.